speak in numbers. And we're going to give them a different suggestion. The suggestion is a conflict. What is the problem between them? Sex.
We just did sex.
All right, let's get something else. We'll get enough of that later. How about a different kind of conflict? A what?
Daughter-in-law.
One's okay, a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law. Okay, they can't speak words. All right, but let's see what's going on. A mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law that have some sort of conflict.
Who's the mother-in-law?
We don't know. Well, let's see if you can guess. Kristen, you can see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
All right, so this was the daughter-in-law and that was the mother-in-law? Very nice, guys. All right, good. All right, so let me have. Now we're going to move along. Oh, no, we're going to have to stand here. Can I have Ruth and Dodie and let me see, Ruth, Dodie, and who do I need here? Yeah, actually, Ken. Yeah, you can sit here. Stand up. If you're going to sit, I'm going to bring you a little bit forward, okay? Let's bring this down a little bit so we're closer. Thank you. All right. And Jake, come on up over here. Thank you. All right. And they are going to tell you a story, and I'm going to conduct them. All right? So when I'm pointing to them, they speak. When I stop pointing them and go to somebody else, the other person picks up the idea. It's like it's being told by one person, but it's 3 people. So it entails a lot of listening and paying attention to what's going on and listening to one another, making sure they're staying on point there. All right? So speak loudly, guys. And how about from you, give us, just make up a title for the story.
Hypocrisy.
What is it?
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. All right. Hypocrisy. Our conducted story. Hypocrisy.
You never think that someone is going to betray you, but it happens, and you have to prepare and protect yourself.
When John found out that his father-in-law had been pretending that he was a graduate of West Point, he really had a fit, and he approached him
and said, "How could you do that to me? I'm your son. Why can't you tell me, why didn't you tell me this, that it wasn't true?"
And John said, well, you know, I wanted you to be proud of me. And so that's why I
pretended that I was the graduate.
And is that such a big sin?
And the father said,
No, it's not such a big sin. You're making a big deal of it. It's really no big deal.
But at first you were talking that as if I was the worst thing you could imagine, telling you
lies. And I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but at one point in my life I had to do it. just like some people change their names because they were Jewish and they didn't want to appear Jewish and not get hired. So that's why people did things like that.
Yes, but not a college, not saying you were in the army. I mean,
But I knew you'd be proud of me if you thought it was real, if you thought I was a graduate of West Point.
So I pretended. And I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but that's what we had to do in the old days. We had to put on airs and had to pretend with things.
I don't believe that at all. You've always told me to be straight and
Yes, and you're a hypocrite. That's what you are. You're a goddamn hypocrite.
And I just have to say, I won't do it again, but I hope you appreciate why I said what I said.
And in conclusion, I want you to forgive me for my errors.
And then John's father said, I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
All right. All right, thank
It's not
you.
rehearsed, folks.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so, thank you guys. Thank you, Dodie. Thank you, Ruth. Now can I, oh, okay, I'm going to put these up here. Let me just leave these here. Marilyn and Sheila. I'm going to ask you for a second. Marilyn and Sheila, come sit up here. And who are they to one another? What's their relationship to one another? Can be anything.
Sisters.
Friends, what?
The what?
Friends.
What else besides friends? Yeah, let's assume that. Let's what was this?
Sisters.
Sisters? Okay, sisters. It's a little more, has more baggage. Okay, so sisters who have made an appointment to meet each other in Central Park. All right, take it away.
Well, I see you're on time for a change.
You know, we just got here, you're starting in. You know,
Well,
I've been on time the last 3 times we've gotten together.
oh, but you have such a record.
My record, you know, I was just a kid when I was in jail. And that doesn't count anymore, they took it out.
I forgave you, but that's not what I'm talking about. You know?
As age comes on, it is important to know how laughter can heal, and I'd like you to pay attention to that.
Yeah, but
Laugh a little about what I did wrong.
listen, you haven't grown up yet. You just are way behind. I don't know. I'm
2 minutes
pretty
behind. 2
pissed
minutes
off.
behind. We're twins. I was just 2 minutes behind. I was rushing to get out.
Listen, you poor twin of mine, you're not here anymore. No, Sheila. It's really crazy. That's a crazy thing. Okay. Well, I really do forgive you now. Now that you reminded me of my
Forgive me?
promise. Yeah. I forgive you.
I wanted to be first. Always I wanted to be first.
You were
I never
first.
got to
What
be
do you
first.
think? My melancholy day. Oh, when you sing that. When you sing that. Oh, sisters. You know how Mama used to sing that. Oh, yeah. And what else do you remember about Mama?
That's it.
I think that's enough.
You know, my memory isn't so good.
Sheila, you are the best. I've changed my mind.
Oh, you know, to hear you say that gives me such joy. How happy am I to be attending this class and to be with you, to say something like that.
Good. We usually do things together. This is not an exception.
We do them together, but with such aggravation.
Well, because you usually do the wrong thing. Here we go again. It's the same theme. When I had the violin, I could play it. It was the same. Yeah, you didn't play it very well.
Not that
Oh, well. Oh, my God. Oh, they're gonna have to carry me out of here feet first. I'm sorry I said all those things to you.
Here you go, threatening again. And you're gonna go first?
You go first. You go out first. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's the end of the story.
Lethea and Doris and Amy. Sit over here. Sit any place you want. It doesn't matter. Doris over here. All right. I need you to call out to me names of famous people from the past. Famous people from the past. I know what they are.
George Washington.
You're not in the audience. They'll think we, you never let the cast give you suggestions.
Greta Garbo.
What's the name?
Greta Garbo.
Greta Garbo. All right, you're Greta Garbo, Doris. Give me another.
Brigida.
Gina Lola Brigida. Amy, you're Gina Lola Brigida. And how about somebody else?
Carol Burnett.
Carol, no, she's alive still. Poop, poop, poop. How about another one from the past?
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple. Lethea, okay. So we have visiting us from the beyond. Are we lucky or what here at Penn South? Shirley Temple. Is Bridget Bardot?
Gina.
Gina, she's alive. We need a dead one. What?
Lana Turner.
Lana Turner. Okay, I know that changes. Lana Turner. Lana Turner. All right. All right, Cleopatra. That's
Shirley Temple's still alive? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Shirley Temple. You know, she's close alive. But wait. You're Cleopatra. All right.
And I'm Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple, Cleopatra,
Greta.
Greta Garbo. All right. So these women all have a different place. What I like about them, they're very different. Shirley Temple, Shirley, you made such an incredible impact as a very young child, and then you were in government and you're around still. And Cleopatra. I mean, Cleopatra is of legend, really. What we know of Cleopatra is plays have been written and bad movies as well. And Greta Garbo, another legend. So I'm going to just open it up to you in the audience to ask any questions that you might have. Some of the answers might surprise you. Because we gave them a drug, so they're going to tell the truth. But anything you want to know about Shirley, Cleopatra, or Greta, just raise your hand and call them out. Yes, over there. Shirley.
Was your hair naturally curly?
Yeah, Shirley, was your hair naturally curly like that?
Absolutely. The only way to control it was to put it into all of those adorable curls. And then they didn't have to comb it so much, so I wouldn't scream and cry so much when they tried to fix it. Yeah.
Yes.
Shirley, how was the good ship lollipop?
Yeah, how was the good ship lollipop?
Very sweet.
Very sweet. Yes. What else? What else would you like to know? Yes.
How was Anthony?
I imagine that means Cleopatra. Cleo, well, give us the truth, the real truth about Anthony.
Anthony had some problems. No, really. Nice guy. But Anthony was very self-conscious. I was always having to boost his ego.
Isn't that the way? What else? What about for Greta? What would we like to know from Greta? A screen legend, yes.
Were you ever not alone?
Yeah.
I had an apartment and I had 3 entrances to the apartment. And so I was never alone.
Good for
Yes,
you,
the-
Greta.
It was an open door policy.
One at a time.
One at a time, though, so she was not, you know, she was of the time, right? What other questions have we got for our legendary ladies? Of the screen, well, not Cleopatra of the screen, but she might as well have been. I'll ask you a question. What did you think of Elizabeth Taylor's portrayal of you? I mean, was it based in any? Did she come close? Were there inconsistencies?
Well, she came closer than that young woman came to playing Elizabeth
Her.
Taylor.
Oh, that's so Elizabeth Taylor came closer to playing
Lindsay
Cleopatra
Lohan.
than Lindsay Lohan came to playing Elizabeth Taylor. All right, well that's something. That's something to be said. That's good. And how long did it take you to put that eye makeup on in the morning?
Oh, well, you know, I couldn't possibly do it by myself. I had 4 attendants, two for each eye.
Hours. Amazing. Just amazing. What else would you like to know? Yes.
Did you ever really have snakes around you very much alive?
Yeah. Well, after you did yourself in, did you have a thing for snakes?
Who told you that?
I read it somewhere.
Don't believe everything you read.
It was a very dramatic way to go, though. Did you consider other ways, or was this, you know, making a statement in a particular way?
Well, ever since I was a young child, snakes turned me on.
So I think Freud took a page from Cleopatra, I think, is what we're talking about there. What other questions do we have for our ladies?
Well, Shirley, how did it feel growing up in front of the public?
Yeah, Shirley, how was it growing up in front of the public like that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sometimes, though, it got to be a little tiring, and then I would have to go and hide myself in the closet so nobody could find me because I just couldn't take it anymore. But most of the time, it was a lot of fun.
Well, tell us about, like, you know, they sort of kept you a child for a very long time. I was wondering if you could give us some, you know, information about, like, your first real boyfriend and, you know, how that played out.
That didn't work out too well because I had been taught to be a little girl. I never was allowed to think for myself or be kind of a grown-up. So when this boy came along, I really didn't know what to do. I was like all jittery and jangly and kind of scared because nobody was writing my script for me. I had to write my own, and that was scary.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
I like your necklace.
My first boyfriend gave it to me.
Oh, your first boyfriend?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Cleopatra, I mean, you must have had jewels and things that were, you know, beyond. What was your favorite present? You know, were Caesar and Antony, who did you have besides them? Were they the only two? Because I think you were kind of young, you know, in those days. People didn't live that long anyway. Well, Greta seems to feel
Greta
like
seems to know a lot.
Well, I like men who liked who had a lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
Most of my boyfriends were in the jewelry business.
And you were Egyptian, you weren't even Jewish.
Who told you that?
You know, I just, it could be not true. Any other questions
Greta,
we have for...
Greta.
Yes.
Did you have any secret lovers that you could reveal to us now?
Yeah. Greta, did you, I mean, a lot of your life is pretty public, but who can you tell us about that we don't know about yet?
There was an Englishman. I saw him very infrequently. And then he became the head of the party in England. He drank an awful lot. But he used to come clandestinely and clandestinely.
Yes. We get it.
Then he got fat. And he stunk because he smoked cigars all the time. And I couldn't take it anymore, so I stuck him in a side room. He loved me all his life.
I thought it's very discreet of you not to mention names.
True.
But he smoked cigars and he was big.
Winnie, his name.
Well, he liked powerful men. You know, that's not, as you did also, Cleopatra.
Very deceiving.
Yeah.
These powerful men, they're all a bunch of fluff. You take a needle and you go, and it blows. It blows. It's always the women.
On the head with a nail with that one.
Well, I wonder if, ladies, in closing, you could tell us what you feel like you've learned in your life. What you know? Any last words from you? What you feel that your life, you know, taught you, and that you could share with us?
I think it would have been a lot more fun if I'd been more like Greta and Cleo here. I mean, just, you know, I feel like I didn't have quite enough fun.
All right, so have fun while you can. Cleopatra, what do you say?
Gold.
One word, gold.
I should have really concentrated on gold.
You can't go wrong.
Very valuable.
Yeah. And Greta, what words would you like to leave us with?
Experience.
All right.
And it never stops.
Fun, gold, experience. You heard it here, folks. Thank you very much. All right. Bruce and Sally, would you come up here, please? We're going to, since we don't want to waste all these wonderful index cards that you wrote for us, we're going to do another scene from the basket, as we call it. When we have a hat, we call it scene from a hat. And if we have a garbage pail, it's scene from a garbage pail. But today it's scene from a basket. So, as a starting, and I'm mixing them all up, and as you can see, I folded them so that they're easier for our actors to pick up. So, same thing, we're going to start with a scene, and every once in a while I'm going to offer the basket, and they're going to pick it up and speak the words exactly as they're written and have to make it work within the scene. So, how about a family gathering? Some reason for a family to be together. For any reason at all.
Funeral.
A funeral. All right. Okay, what were you going to say? Okay, a funeral that occurred at Thanksgiving. How's that? Using both of them. A funeral at Thanksgiving. Okay. And they're going to start the scene, and every once in a while, listen for your sentences.
I don't know why you're so sad. He hated you, you hated him.
Still, he's dead.
I know he's dead, but you're alive, so why the long face?
I feel guilty.
Why, what'd you do?
I felt that if I had seen him more often, we might have been able to make up.
Well, a great life in a great place. So what are you complaining about now? I mean, what didn't you do? What should he have done? Let's face it, you were never friends. Never.
He was my brother.
But you didn't like the idea he made a pass at me. And that's where it all started. So you're over that already, or you forgave him for that?
Yes, I forgave him for that.
You're too sad for me. I don't know, there's something wrong. You should be happy. You're getting the whole will. The will is made out to you.
Not so always wonderful.
Are you trying to tell me I'm nuts? Is that what you're trying to say? I know I'm wonderful, but I didn't think I was nuts.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about nuts, like peanuts and cashews.
Did somebody send a basket? Okay, if that's your thing. I like, when they send a basket, I like the fruit. I like the oranges, the pineapples. Well, why am I talking food? Did you arrange for the funeral services?
What time does the show start?
Now it's a show. Do we sing and dance also, or what?
No, we don't sing and dance.
A show, my God. I can't wait to get out of here.
Why?
Why? Because once you're dead, you're dead. And you don't even like him. I didn't like him. He wasn't a good brother. I mean, let's get out and go to a show.
He deserves a proper burial, and then after that, we'll all go out and have a Thanksgiving dinner.
You owe me a dinner. That's very good. What do we eat? I don't want nuts.
Oh, there might be chestnuts in the stuffing.
Well, what do you suggest?
Well, I suggest that we go to Cipriano's.
What is Cipriano? Is that another funeral parlor?
A fancy restaurant.
And
And we're all going to get together and have dinner there. And we're going to celebrate Don's life.
so what do we do with Don lying there? Do we take him with us or what? They do that at wakes, you know.
The holidays are here and a new year begins.
All right. Wow. I don't know. I couldn't believe that was just about that. I think you had the right idea there. Thanks, guys. All right. Okay. Now, can I have Jake, Joan, Fran, and I'm going to take another. I'm going to do door over here, and here. Good. Get up from here. All right. Ruth, why don't you come up over there too? All right. So what you see in front of you here looks like 4 separate people. But actually, this is one person with 4 heads. Yeah. So this person speaks one word at a time. The way we did that first exercise when we were doing the one-word proverb, that's exactly what we do here. But this person is going to answer your questions. And what we need to start off is to find, this person is an expert in a certain field of study. What field of study, area of expertise, you name it, call it out to me. What is this person an expert in?
Politics.
Politics. Anything special? Any? An expert on presidents, knows everything about presidents, history of presidents. Excellent. So here we have. Thank you everybody for coming to Penn South to see Dr. Jean Malfunction, who is our presidential expert. Expert in, knows everything, has studied the presidents, researched all the presidents from Washington to Obama and everybody in between. So thank you for being here, Doctor.
Yeah.
One word at a time.
You are
Great.
to
I said thank you for being here.
you are happy.
2.
Happy to
Go and
and present
Our
Information.
Okay, yes, I am very happy to present your information. So, what do you think about the movie Lincoln that just came out? What is your opinion over there? And start with you, Joe.
The movie
Lincoln.
is fabulous. And
It
should be seen
by
everyone.
Oh, there you have it from an expert. It's fabulous, and it should be seen by everyone. I'm glad to hear that. I liked it also, and being an American history minor, I thought I've done a lot of reading on Lincoln, and I thought it was quite well researched. What questions? Anything at all? The Dr. Malfunction has really given speeches everywhere and has written, oh, how many books is it that you've written by now?
65.
12 books he's written. Yes, so in any case, it's a lot of books.
What did you think of the Reagan administration?
Yeah, what did you think of the Reagan administration?
Ronald
Reagan
Was going
Yeah,
backwards.
Ronald Reagan was
a
terrific.
Hypocrite.
he was a terrific hypocrite. That is a function. What did you think of his acting?
well. He
Was
busy thinking and
doing
westerns all the
time.
He was busy thinking and doing westerns all the time, so that makes him a pretty lousy actor, I think. So anyhow, he was a hypocrite and he was thinking and doing westerns. What other questions do you have about any president at all?
How about George Bush?
George Bush.
Junior.
Well, give us your summary, about George Bush.
W.
W.
Yeah, W. Thank you.
George,
Bush was
a
notorious.
prevaricator
and he
Lied.
about everything.
Wow, everything. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. I understand that you, your last, where did your last tour take you to?
My.
My last
tour took
Me.
to
Madagascar.
Wow, they interested in Madagascar and presidents, are they? Huh, interesting. Who's your favorite president?
My.
favorite
President is
Abraham.
Lincoln.
A lot of people feel that way. What about you guys? Who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Say one. Yes.
Clinton.
Clinton. Tell us about Clinton. We know a lot of the things, we know a little. But, I know. Oh, I happened to have been in Madagascar when you were giving that, when you were at the, yes. I happened to be there for the Madagascar fashion show. You said you had a story about Clinton that was so hilarious. I had never heard before. Go ahead and tell people.
The
Story is that
Bill.
started dressing like woman.
Wow. Well, that is surprising and yet not. I always thought he was kind of in touch with his female side, but still. And actually, I think that he's made that part of the Clinton initiative. To try to include all people. So what other questions do you have for our presidential our research expert here?
Obama and Michelle, are they really as close as they seem?
Yeah, are Barack and Michelle really as tight as they appear to be?
Barack.
And Michelle
certainly
are
Very,
Close.
how close?
Yeah, how close we want to know. How close? We got a public that wants to know here.
as
close,
As
married couples.
could,
be.
Oh, wow, okay, wow, that's steamy. Well, thank you very much. How do you see, with all your research and seeing the progression of presidential politics, how do you see, what do you think, looking down the road 20 years, who do you think, what's going to be different about president? What kind of person do you think that the country will be looking for at that time?
women,
Oh, God.
Will
Definitely be
the,
President
Always.
Always, starting from whenever. So we should be looking forward to women as the executive chief. Well, we'll see if that does happen. Thank you very much, Dr. Malcolm. Okay, so everybody can. I'm going to move this back. We are pretty much done, but can everybody just come up? I'm going to give this out to you. Thank you for coming to our show. We want to just sing you a little ditty to lift your spirits and put you in the holiday mood here. Sheila, you got, we might have to share a little bit. Here you go, here you go. You okay there? Okay, here you go. We got enough to go around. Let's go this way and this way. Here. All right. Wait. There you go. Okay. All right. All right. This is our sentiments to you. Thank you for coming. All right. I'll conduct you.